For more, we are joined from Washington by Brookings Institution Senior Fellow and the former Fed Vice Chairman, Alice Rivlin. Alice was the founding director of the Congressional Budget Office and is a member of President Obama's Debt Reduction Commission. So she knows a lot about what is going right now with the deficit. Alice, great to have you with us. And I just want to play off of what President Obama said last night, that basically if we defaulted, it would amount to a huge tax hike. Is that really true?
Yes, I believe it is. It would throw the economy into a deep recession and be a very serious thing. Now, that doesn't mean that a short default would do all that at once. We might get past it because investors around the world really believe we're going to solve this problem. I think we are too. I don't think we will default. It's unthinkable. But the fact that investors think it's unthinkable will help us.
Well, investors think it's unthinkable. You think it is as well. But we're only 7 days away. So why do you think it's not going to happen?
Because I believe that cooler heads will prevail in the Congress and that some sort of compromise will be worked out that will avoid default. That doesn't say exactly what it will be. I don't know. The president was eloquent last night in defense of what I believe to be the right position, that it has to be a long-range, balanced plan. But right now, we don't have time to do that. So the question is, what can we do quickly that will get us past default and then allow time for a rational solution?
So am I hearing from you that you think actually it would be good for us to have some sort of short-term plan in place and then address a longer-term plan?
I don't think it would be good, but where we are now, there isn't really time to legislate a long-range plan. Senator Reid's proposal would, I think, be a reasonable compromise. It would have some upfront spending reduction, quite a lot, over $1 trillion, and then raise the debt ceiling. But it would put in place another commission. You know, do we need another commission? Well, unfortunately, I think we do.
Right.
To propose a real long-term solution.
But what is it about the Boehner plan that you don't agree with then?
Well, I think the president's right that if we do this in 2 stages and force another argument like the one we're having right now, another partisan discussion, debate, wrangle, whatever you want to call it, in 2012, that can only be worse. It'll be unpleasant, it'll wrench the markets, and if we can get past this and act like grown-ups, we can still solve the problem. Now, we all need to solve the problem, and it's going to take some give on both sides. Democrats have got to give on entitlement reform, and that means reductions in future benefits, and Republicans have to yield on tax reform, which can give us a better tax system, but also more revenues.
Alice, would you agree, though, with, you know, whether we have the Boehner plan or the Reid plan, they're still short-term plans, that when we put those in place, we are still headed toward a path of a credit downgrade?
Well, we might get a credit downgrade, but, you know, the credibility of the rating agencies in this area doesn't strike me as tremendous. They don't know any more than you and I know. Now, if it were a complicated derivatives contract or something, you could say S&P knows a lot more than the rest of us. But that's not true of the federal budget. They don't know any more than we do. So it's a question of what they are sending a warning about. And I think we all have to be warned. This is a terrible situation, but I don't think it has much to do with rating agencies.
So if I hear you correctly, then you're saying that there is that possibility. There is a possibility of a credit downgrade, but you, unlike others, are not taking it as seriously. I don't want to put words in your mouth because of the credibility of these agencies. Am I correct on this?
Well, yeah, it's not so much the credibility of the agencies, although it isn't great after the disaster of '08. But it's the fact that investors around the world think that we will not default, and even if we get a downgrade, I think they'll go on thinking that because we are the strongest economy in the world. We've never downgraded, we've never defaulted, and it's very unlikely that we will have a real default.
Okay. Alice, thank you for taking this time and talking to me. I really appreciate it. The former Fed Vice Chair, Alice Rivlin.